This is a video of dismantling, inspection and reassembly procedures of both the RC412 and 512 hammers. Place the hammer on a suitable stripping bench and measure for correct clamping positions. These are found in the RC maintenance manual. Clamp the hammer for removal of the sub-adapter, locking the top sub against the stripping bench. Connect breakout ram to spanner and break the joint. Remove the spanner and unscrew the sub-adapter completely. Remove sample tube from hammer assembly. Reposition clamps as shown in maintenance manual to remove top adapter. Place a spanner on the top adapter flats and break the joint between the top adapter and cylinder. Unscrew and remove the top adapter assembly. Reposition the hammer, place the bit spanner over the bit, apply force and break the joint between the chuck and cylinder. Unscrew and remove the drill bit assembly. Unscrew and remove bit catcher, bit rings and then the chuck. Remove the piston from the cylinder assembly. Take out the O-ring and the piston guide bush. Remove the tube connector from the sub-adapter body. Pull out the upper sample tube and sample tube spring. Remove the snap ring from the sub-adapter assembly. Pull out the spider. Remove the circlip from the top adapter. Pull out the non-return valve seat and filter. Remove the non-return valve and the non-return valve spring. Remove the snap ring from the cylinder body. Inspect all O-rings on tube connector and replace where necessary. Measure the upper sample tube spring. Measure the inside diameter of the spider. Measure the upper sample tube bore, replace when worn. Measure the non-return valve spring length, replace if needed. Inspect the non-return valve seat for damage and replace when needed. Measure the top adapter stem and inspect for damage. Inspect the sample tube O-rings and replace where necessary. Inspect the sample tube for pickup and also for wear. Inspect the filter non-return valve seat and for any external damage. Measure the piston inside diameter and outside diameters for wear and replace if necessary. Inspect the piston for damage and remove any sharp edges using a stone. Check the piston striking end for damage and once again remove with a stone any sharp edges. Measure the piston guide bush inside diameter and replace if necessary. Measure the outside diameter of the cylinder and check for any cracks. Measure the inside diameter of the cylinder and inspect the threads. Where necessary, a hone may be used to remove any sharp edges or rust that may have occurred inside the cylinder. Inspect the bit retaining rings and check for damage and replace where necessary. Check the chuck register inside diameter for wear and replace if necessary. Check the chuck key is in good condition and check the chuck splines are in good condition and replace once again where necessary. Grease the drill bit splines. Fit the chuck. Screw on the bit catcher. Grease the top register. And fit the bit retaining rings to the drill bit. Slide the snap ring into the cylinder, making sure it fits into the groove. Push in the piston guide bush, making sure you fit it the right way round. Slip the O-ring into the cylinder to secure the piston guide bush. Grease the chuck threads and put the bottom assembly into the cylinder. Screw the drill bit into the cylinder. Check that the bit is free to move backwards and forwards. Before putting this piston into the cylinder, make sure you give it good lubrication. Then slide the piston into the cylinder. Make sure the O-rings are fitted to the top adapter and liberally coat the top adapter with grease before fitting into the cylinder. Screw the top adapter into the cylinder and tighten. Now fit the non-return valve and spring into the top adapter housing. Slip in the filter and non-return valve seat into the top adapter assembly. Secure the filter in position using the circlip Lubricate the sample tube and slide the tube into the assembly, making sure the O-rings are connected to the top. Slip the spider into the sub-adapter body. Push the snap ring down and secure the spider into position. Slide in the upper sample tube and spring. Grease the tube connector, making sure the O-rings are in place, and tap into position. Grease the sub-adapter threads and screw the sub-adapter into the top adapter assembly. Fully tighten the sub-adapter body. The hammer is now fully assembled and ready for drilling.